Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin hasn't really moved today, not much. We've had a little bit of a dip, but it's recovered already. It looked as if the C wave to the downside already started. Yeah, we talked about that only in the previous video. Basically, the idea is that after an initial 5-wave move to the upside, we're looking for a 3-wave pullback, which happened, okay? And we got a reversal where we wanted it at the time. But at the moment, it's not very clear if all of wave 2 is already over, so wave 2 or wave B, or if it's still unfolding. Until earlier today, I still preferred a C wave down so that we get a clear A, B, C structure. And that's still possible. And that's, to be honest, still what I would like to see. However, if I was giving you probabilities, then I would say with today's move up, in which the bears have failed, it at least became a little bit more probable that we get a direct breakout to the upside, okay? So we have to remain flexible here when we're dealing with microstructures. All of that obviously does not impact our overall assumption that we're looking for higher prices because we have an initial 5-wave move to the upside. So any move to the downside which is corrective could be seen as an opportunity as long as we're holding above support. And support is not a target, but basically the idea is that the $39,605 level is main support. Only a break below that level would change my assumption that we get a move up in wave 3 or C. So that's the idea. The only question is, do we get a deeper pullback before that move up starts? And yeah, it looked like that earlier today with this red candle, but the bears clearly failed after a very clear 3-wave move to the downside. So basically now a double top in place. I've added in orange here the micro count for the more direct bullish breakout scenario, basically. So that's what I'm observing and watching in parallel. It's not yet confirmed, but it will become much clearer if we get, if we just go a little higher here. Because if we get a little higher in this move, then we have a 5-wave move up from this low as well, from the 1st of February low. Okay, so the idea would then be, okay, we have our wave 1 to the upside, which peaked on the 30th of January. Our wave 2, which bottomed already here. So this was already all of wave 2. At the moment, we still consider this as a larger flat structure in a larger ABC. But if we get clear 5 waves up, I'm definitely going to observe that structure in orange as a more direct breakout count. Then it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in wave 1 in orange. Then I'm going to watch for a pullback in wave 2. And from here, it could then escalate in wave 3, in 5 waves, then another wave 4, and another wave 5. So this would be the direct breakout pathway. Certainly became a little bit more likely today, even though I haven't got clear 5 waves up yet. So I'd like to see it go just a little higher, maybe to around about 43,745, which is the previous swing high here. So yeah, so that's what I'm watching. I would say the orange, more direct pathway has become a little bit more likely. We're far away from any confirmation, however. Yeah. So that's what I'm watching at the moment on the Bitcoin chart. The overall parameters haven't changed. Support in yellow is still between 39,605 and 41,709. When it looked as if the C wave down had started already, I added a more specific target area for this C wave, but the C wave never followed through. So I'm going to take that off the chart again, and we'll bring it onto the chart once we see a top in place for wave B. Again, at the moment, I would still slightly prefer a sell-off into the support area, but that move down today, it's a clear failure of the bears. Okay, we've seen that in 2023 a few times. Whenever that happened, it typically indicates that the bulls are too strong and we might see a breakout to the upside. That's only something I'm watching for at this stage. But it's obviously, it needs some kind of confirmation, like 5 waves up again on the micro level, which I don't have at this stage. Then another 3-wave pullback. And if we then hold this swing low, this is a reasonable perspective to take. Yeah, so it depends on which perspective you want to take. I tell you my preference, but overall, against 39,605, I'm watching for higher prices, either more directly or after a dip down, then, okay? And the clear condition, I mean, that's crystal clear. The clear condition for the orange wave count is that the swing low at 41,860 is holding. I mean, that's the invalidation point for the orange count, very, very clearly. So there is an accelerated bullish count, but there's a very clear invalidation point to watch as well. On the flip side then, a break below today's low at 42,550 pretty much, and a break below that invalidation point I just mentioned here at 41,860, that would confirm the C wave in white to the downside. So really just a deep dive into the micro. Micro action is always terrible in the correction. Nothing's decided yet and not much movement today, unfortunately. So I keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.